Weekend of unemployment together, me and my laundry, and not only my unemployed, I'm unemployed in Paris. So the hard labor of being unemployed multiplied by the labor of being unemployed in Paris, one of the most expensive cities out there, does not make it fun. But this week is actually pretty cute, especially today. It's one of my closest friends' birthday, which is cool because I ain't about to research jobs for the whole day. I know that I have something cute coming up later. And in the meantime, we need to buy her a cake, go for a walk, and then actually, apply for a job. So let's start with something fun. Let's start with the walk and the cake. Tell you going on a walk is always a good idea because you encounter sweet little angels like this. I know I've seen that guy already. I wish I'd known your name. You're so pretty. Not sure if you could see me. Oh, I just walked away. Never mind. That was still a nice encounter. The theme of the day is Butremont. I really like this park, but I should say that I've been here like 1,000 times. And there comes a moment where you're like, I think I know a little too well. But at the same time, it is a beautiful park. So I will not be complaining. Maybe just a little bit because I've been in France for too long. I am a chronic complainer now. Mental health walk. I'm sitting at the moment though, but you know, still a walk. Cake. I did not film the cake. In fact, I completely forgot, but it's a delicious fruit cake because my friend doesn't really like full cakes. I mean, like chocolate and stuff. I love them. Would very much love one like that, but it's her birthday, so a little fruity cake it is. What else are we gonna do as we are unemployed if not cook? Because we gotta apply our natural talents. Cooking has never been a big talent of mine, but turns out practice does make perfect. And today we're making a leek quiche. First thing I realized is that I bought the wrong doll, because I always do for some reason. So my partner is getting us the right one, which only means that I'm still gonna have this one and I'm gonna have to improvise sometime this week. And wait, I'm trying to see if that fits my aesthetic. Okay, not bad, Nara Smith style. And make another tart. It could be sweet, it could be savory, but definitely gonna be cute. So this is my baby quiche in the making. Next step is we put in some chicken. It's 5 p.m. and it's the edition do anything but apply for jobs. So I'm just going through all my papers. This is what my bed looks like. That's okay. I still have time because the party doesn't start until 6:30, which means that I can show up at 7, which means that I still have a little bit of time to look for a job. Please, pleasurable part of the day, looking for a job. I'm not going to be doing for long today. I don't care. I'm just gonna do it for a little bit because that's what I've been doing for days and pretty much month now. And I used to think that if you don't do it every single day for many hours, you're never gonna find a job. And turns out, even if you do it for many hours every single day for many months, you still don't find a job. So I don't want to get back to that state of desperation where you're so desperate to find a job because you actually do need it. Oh, yeah, you do. That you just allow anxiety to fill your whole body. And then you get sick and tired. And you're constantly tired. So I just don't want to get there. I don't think it makes any sense. I don't know, maybe I'm becoming a fatalist or something. But whatever is meant to happen will happen. Maybe it will. Maybe something good is meant to happen. So in the meantime, we're still going to be applying for jobs, but not in the desperation mood. Makes sense. The moment when you're fully ready and you start procrastinating, like, maybe I should just stay home. Maybe I don't want to go to a party. Maybe I'm just a homebody. No, not today, because I put a cute makeup on. Not sure you can see, but I know that it's on. So let's go party. Let's go celebrate my friend. Slay. Makeup slay. Thank God there are people online doing makeups because I can just Kopi, whatever they're doing. I like it. Oh yeah! Fuck. This is my baby Soup, and he just lives in the neighborhood, and he's been missing for the last 4 months. And then I find him here finally, and he got a little purple on the side, but he's doing better. So I'm so happy to see my baby. He won't let me go. He just keeps crying and running after me. Hi, baby. Hi, Soupy. His real name is Theo. Well, who would name a cat Theo? French person would, sure. No, he's Soupy. And he likes being in little soups. I was so grumpy early. I was really not in a good mood. Just the weather's bad, and I don't know, just overall I'm feeling great. Also, I'm gonna have my period soon, and then looking for jobs is just not I don't know. It is a very uncomfortable feeling because you know that you're worth a lot and you can't get one fucking decent interview, but because of Soupy, I'm feeling much better, and I'm gonna take it now. My sweet angel. I missed you. Really good. Day 3, and I just had an interview. Not a good one, because none of them are actually good these days. How is it okay to offer a salary of 32K while you live in Paris? What are you even supposed to buy with that money? Like, honestly, you can barely pay for your rent and groceries. And they're always looking for somebody with years of experience. If you ever come to France or Europe thinking that you're going to be making a lot of money and going to have a very comfortable life because they offer more holidays, no. You should reconsider. Europe these days and the job market is just not going anywhere. So, yeah, today is not a great day. But we're just going to keep applying, I suppose. You know what? At this point, I'm not even sad. Like, I don't get sad when I get rejected from jobs that I apply to, or when I can't find a job. I've applied to so many jobs and been rejected that I just don't feel anything when that happens. What I do feel, however, is a deep, deep sense of pure unhappiness and just lack of any sense of purpose in life. And I know that you're not supposed to define your purpose through you do professionally, but I am that type of person. This is everything that I have ever wanted, is to do something interesting professionally and express my creativity and work with people who I admire and inspire me and make good money out of it. This is all I have ever wanted. I will not be happy by living a different life, and I know that. And yet I'm stuck. Yeah. I just had interview number 2 for the same brand as yesterday, and honestly, I am pleasantly surprised because the salary is shitty, the job is not incredible, the title, same. But I did like the manager, and actually, he told me that he did the same switch. He was like head of at the previous company, and then he started as, let's say, an associate at this company. And I really liked him. He was just so soothing. He was really calm. It was really nice to talk to him. And I could just imagine that working with somebody like that daily, even if the job sucks, but you just kind of really need a job, that could work out. So I am in a better mood today. And then we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But I don't know. I figured I could always get a job that's simple like that if it's really not a pain in the ass, and then either look for something new in parallel or just at least have a job for now, which is already not that bad, right? Here's for another day. Looking for a job. Welcome to my kitchen where we are celebrating the end of this unemployment week. Let's start with my hair. It was supposed to be cute. Now that I look at it, I'm not really sure how cute it is, but the Chinese New Year is coming, so I kind of needed to trim my bangs before that, but I'm not really happy with the way it came. So, but regardless, it is still the end of the week. You might be asking yourself, like, why is she calling it the end of the week? Because she's not working, so her weeks are very different. And it's true that the physical part of it is completely different. I get to sleep longer. I don't get to take the subway every single day. All of it contributes to my well-being. Mentally, however, it's pretty much exactly the same thing, because starting from Monday all the way to Friday, I'm still looking for jobs every single day. And ideally, you would need to do it like twice a day, because some of the HRs post new jobs at the first half of the day, so let's say from 9 to 12 or something, and then some of them are from the afternoon kind of school, so you never know. I posted a TikTok yesterday about how, for a very like smart and ambitious person, honestly it's really harder to get a job that is below your intellectual skills rather than be unemployed, because when you are being constantly micromanaged by people who are nowhere near your intellectual level, and especially if it's a company that takes the job really seriously, like the saving lives, it is the worst thing for your self-esteem. And of course, as it's a social media, they're gonna be people with all kinds of opinions. So there's a lady that commented saying unemployment is only for people with absolutely no ambitions, because I started as a, let's say, an associate. Within the next six months, I became a manager, and now 1.5 years later, I'm head off. So basically, go do me, be like me. And girl, I mean, your little personal life in your little personal company in one particular timeline does not reflect the job market or everybody else's experience. First of all, that is really good for you that you were able to go from associate to head off within such a short amount of time. That is amazing. It almost never happens these days, which probably means that she worked for a smaller company, because usually it's only an option when you work for a startup company, and also probably means that her salary didn't change that much, because nobody's gonna raise you by like 50K within 1.5 years. Listen, that week was a lot. Like every single unemployment week, there were days that were nicer and softer, where I could just apply for jobs and then sit down and relax, go to a birthday party and go to a concert and read my book. And then there were other days where the sorrow takes over you so much that it's just excruciatingly hard, and you just don't want to do anything, and it once again destroys your self-esteem. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop here. It only means that potentially there will be plenty of other weeks like that with lots of ups and downs, with lots of I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I can't do it anymore, and we need to push it through, we need to keep going. I am mentally prepared for that because I've been there, and once again, it's the reality of things. So I'm not gonna become too desperate because honestly, it's gonna affect my mental health, and I just don't want that for myself. So, if you're in the same position as me, I would like to see that you got it and you're strong. I just really hope you are. I hope you're mentally prepared for the fact that it's a wild ride for many people. And I think honestly, the only good strategy these days to get a job is to just apply wherever. Like, stop. Oh, you need to put keywords in your resume. Oh, you need to. No. All this stupid bullshit advice from HRs on social media who probably aren't even real HRs. Just apply. Make sure that your resume is up to date and is as optimized as possible, and just apply and apply and apply and apply. Like, especially to the positions where you are underqualified, because I feel like you're gonna have a higher chance these days to get selected for them rather than applying for a position where you're already overqualified. They'd be like, oh, ain't she gonna be too bored doing that job? Apply, and that's all. That's my final message.